Okay, good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Morning, sir.
How are you this morning?
Fine. Thank you, sir.
So far,
How
so
about
good,
you?
sir.
Okay, this morning we are going to talk about recruitment. Yeah, so want to talk about recruitment. Yeah, so I have posted some question to discuss this morning. Yeah, so recruitment is also very important for every organization because organization needs people to work in it. So the organization must recruit the people. Yeah, so in recruiting the peoples, of course, you must select the best people for you, so they can work for you and they can contribute to the performance of the company. Yeah. So there are some ways to do the recruitment, the source of the recruitment, and how do you recruit, right? The people, right? So we are going to talk it later. But before we talk about this, so as usual, so you must give the opening comment. Yeah, you must give the opening comment and say your greeting, your name, the reason to enter your meeting class, and explain something about recruiting or the topic discussed this morning. Okay, please start from Jakia, please.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. My name is Zakia Nur Iksanida. I am at a very good condition today. And today we are going to discuss about chapter 6, which is recruiting and labor market. Reason why I joined this class is to learn more about HRM. And the thing that I know about this topic is that in today's discussion, we are going to learn about why is recruiting is important. And recruiting is the process of generating a pool of qualified applicants for organizational jobs. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, Adrian Shell.
Good morning, sir and friends. My name is Adrian Shell. The reason why I'm joining your meeting class because I want to explore more about HRM in today's topic discussion. For today, we are going to discuss topic recruiting and labor market. Recruitment is a process of actively seeking out, finding, hiring candidate for a specific position or job. Recruiting must be viewed strategically as tied to HR planning, and discussion should be held about the relevant labor market in which to recruit. In this topic, we also discuss how important recruitment is and how we can attract more applicants in an organization. That's all for me. Thank you, sir.
Very good. Al-Amin, MZ.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
My name is Alan Mendet. Today I'm in good condition, and the reason I joined in this class because I want to increase and learn more about HRM, especially for chapter 6. And the chapter 6, we will talking about recruiting and labor markets. And what I know about today's topic is the process of generating or selecting a group of qualified applicants for organizational jobs. And the labor market, we can be interpreted as a market that bring together seller and buyers of labor. That's all from me. Thank you, sir.
Okay, good. Edric Adriel Perlindungan Panjaitan.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Edric Adriel Perlindungan Panjaitan, and today I'm in a good condition. The reason I attend this lecture is because I want to learn more about human resource management. The topic I'm going to study is recruiting and labor markets. This topic focuses on recruiting in different labor markets. It discusses the difficulties of recruiting employees with special skills and new methods to attract those individuals. And this topic contains significant content on internet recruiting and the evaluation of recruiting efforts. That's all from me, sir. Thank you.
Good. Franciscus William Andrea.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Franciscus William Andrea, and I'm not feeling well today. Reasons why I joined this Zoom is to learn about HRM. The topic that will be discussed today is about recruiting and labor market, which talks about process of recruiting, several methods that used in recruiting, and how much important recruiting is. This topic also talks about labor market component in different labor market from each sector. Thank you, sir.
Okay, good. Muhammad Taufikur Rahman.
Hello, sir. Good morning. Good morning, all. Okay. Uh, my name is Muhammad Afiqur Rahman. My condition is good. And today's topic is recruiting, which refers to the process of identifying, tracking, interviewing, selecting, hiring, and onboarding employees. In other words, it involves everything from identification of a staffing needs to filling it so that we can get a good employee. And that's all from me, sir. Thank you.
Welcome. Florencia Alika.
Hello, good morning, sir and everyone. So today I'm in good condition. The reason why I attend this class because I want to learn new knowledge more about recruiting and labor market in this chapter 6. What I know but in this topic is recruiting is not always required. It is not required when the number of available candidates equals the number of people who need to be hired. Labor markets are defined as the supply and demand for labor, with employees providing the supply and employers providing the demand. Thank you. That's all.
Okay, good. Fiona Clarenita.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Fiona Clarenita. I'm in a good condition today. The reason why I attend this class is to learn more about HRM, especially in this chapter 6, with the topic of recruiting and labor markets. What I know about this topic is that we will learn about the different ways of market labors in order to be identified and approached. Next, we will learn about recruiting, in specific about strategic recruiting decision, external and internal recruiting sources, internet recruiting, and so on. That's all I can tell you. Thank you for your kind attention.
Okay, Erika Teresia.
Hello, good morning. I am Erika. My purpose in joining the lecture in Zoom is to get a new insight of human resource management, especially with recruiting and labor markets through this discussion. What I know about recruiting and labor markets, first is recruiting. It is a process of generating a pool of qualified applicants for organizational jobs. If the number of available candidates equal to the number of people to be hired, we don't need to do a selection sign. The choice has already been made. Next is about labor market. Learning some basics about labor markets aids in understanding recruiting because staffing takes place in different labor markets that can vary a great deal. Labor markets are the external supply pool from which employers attract employees. To understand where recruiting takes place, one thing of the sources of employees as of now, in which the broad scope of labor markets narrow progressively to the point of selection and job offers. Thank you, sir.
Okay, good. Alvan Fajar.
Hello, good morning, sir. My name is Alvan Fajar, and today I'm in a good condition. And the reason why I joined this Zoom meeting this morning is because we are going to learn about recruiting and labor market. And what I know about recruiting is the process of generating a pool of qualified applicants for organizational jobs through a series of activities, and it must be viewed strategically as tied to HR planning. And discussions about it should be held about the relevant labor markets in which to recruit the employees in our organization. Thank you, sir.
Okay, good. Halija Nabila Putri.
Good morning, sir and everyone. My name is Hazan Alia Putri and I'm in good condition. The reason why I attend this Zoom meeting class because I want to learn about recruiting in human resource management. What I know about recruiting is activities to find and attract job applicants with the necessary motivation, abilities, skill, and knowledge to cover the deficiencies identified in staffing planning. That's all. Thank you, sir.
Very good. Tisilia Ivana Riri. Tisilia. Are you in, Tisilia? No. Yatisha Hanifa Aida.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
My name is Yatisha Hanifa Aida. Today my condition is good, and the reason I attend this class because I want to learn more about human resource management, chapter 6, about recruiting and labor markets. What I know in this topic is recruitment is any practice or activity carried out by an organization with the primary objective of identifying and attracting prospective employees. Recruiting is the process of generating a pool of qualified applicants for organizational jobs. Recruiting is not always necessary. It is not necessary when the number of available candidates is the same as the number of people need to be hired. And labor market refers to supply and demand for labor in which employees provide the supply and employers the demand. That's all. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Jalsa Ajra Latifah. Jalsa Ajra Latifah. Are you in?
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I am Zalsa Ajra Latifah. The reason I attend this class because today I have good condition. Today I attend this class to learn about chapter 6, that is what is recruitment, why recruitment important, and internet social networking, and recruiting an employee to do. Okay, that's for me.
Arif Nabil Agil Asegab.
Good morning, sir and everyone. My name is Sharif Nabil Akil Asgaf, and I'm in a good condition. The reason I joined this class is because I want to learn more about chapter 6, which is recruiting. Recruiting refers to the process of identifying, attracting, interviewing, selecting, hiring, and onboarding employees. In other words, it involves everything from the identification of a staffing need to filing it depending on the size of an organization. Recruiting is the responsibility of a range of workers. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Kelima, Ajarah Cirsya.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, sir and friends. My name is Iklima Azhar Cirsya, and today I'm not really in a good condition. The reason why I attend this class is because I want to learn about requiring in HR management. What I know about this topic is requiring is the process of bringing together business and job seekers. The main goals is to build a talent pool of applicants to enable the organization to pick the best applicants for the job by attracting more and more employees to apply. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Fatima Azara Alidrus.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Fatima Zara Alidrus, and my condition today is pretty good, and I'm in Pontianak. Thank you for once again handing me the opportunity to share about my condition as well, for letting the class know about what I'm currently learning about. So today we are going to learn about chapter 6, recruiting and labor market. Recruiting and labor market. So recruitment refers to process of identifying, attracting, interviewing, selecting, hiring, and onboarding employee, or in other words, it involves everything from the identification of a staffing need to filling it. So the reason I want to join the class because I want to learn further about our material in this chapter on how to recruiting employee as well as supply and demand for employment. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Salsabila Asya Asli.
Hello, sir. I'm Salsabila Asya Asli. Sorry, I cannot open my camera because it's kind of error or something. I don't know. Now I'm in a condition. I'm in a good condition. The reason why I attend this Zoom because I want to learn more about recruiting and labor markets. And what I know about this topic is recruiting and labor markets are connected to each other. Recruiting is becoming more important as labor market shift. Recruiting is the key mechanism for filling positions necessary to get the work done, and effective recruiting focuses on discovering talent before it is needed. Thank you.
Okay, good. Vicentia Tania Titas Kinasi.
Good morning, sir and friends. My name is Vision Satani Teskanasi. I'm in a good condition right now. Mursalin why to discuss because I want to study more about chapter 6. What I know about this topic is about recruiting and labor markets. Recruiting is the process of generating a pool of qualified applicants for organizational jobs, while labor market is the place where workers and employees interact with each other. That's all from me. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Nisha Najifa.
Good morning, sir and friends. My name is Nisha Nazifa and I'm in a good condition. Today I joined this class because I want to learn more about the chapter 6, which is recruiting and labor markets. Recruitment refers to the process of identifying, attracting, interviewing, selecting, hiring, and onboarding employees. In other words, it involves everything from the identification of staffing needs to filling it. Then the labor markets, also called the job markets, refer to the supply and demand for the employment. It functions it's to help employers assess how many employees to hire and how to leverage their skills to win long-term success. That's all from me, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Caleb Nusa Pardede. No present. Mary Natania. Hello, Mary Natania.
My name is Marina Tanya and I'm feeling fine today. I took today's class because I wanted to know more further about recruiting and labor markets in human resource management. This chapter talks about how important it is for recruiters to have a thorough understanding of the labor markets and how they work labor market analysis. Thank you.
Okay, good. Abdul Rajab. Abdul Rajab. No present. Uresafah Aprilia.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. My name is Uresafah Aprilia, and I'm in a good condition. The reason why I took this class because I want to know more about chapter 6. What I know from chapter 6 is that recruitment, it involves everything from the identification of staffing need to filling it, and also recruitment is help divide application into categories of underqualified and overqualified, while labor market is refers to demand for labor and is a major component of any company. That's it, sir. Thank you.
Angelica Firdaus.
Okay, hello, good morning, sir. My name is Angelica Firdaus, and I'm in a good condition. The reason why I attend this class because I want to know more about this topic today. And what I know about this topic today is about recruiting in labor markets. That is, the labor market is a meeting place between job seekers who are then recruited to a recruiting process such as interviewing, selecting, and so on, which will be carried out by people who need these workers. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Ria Sulastri.
Hello, good morning, sir and friends. My name is Ria Sulastri. I'm in good condition today. I'm joining this class today for learn more about chapter 6. This topic is recruiting and labor market. Recruiting is the process of generating pool of qualified applicants for organizational jobs, and labor market are the external supply pool from which employers attract employees. Recruiting and labor market are becoming more and more vital in the companies organization around the world. This all. Thank you, sir.
Okay, good. Fadila Rizky Amelia.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
and I'm in good condition right now. The topic today we will learn is about recruiting in labor market. Recruiting is the process of identifying, attracting, interviewing, searching, hiring, and onboarding employees. In other words, it involves everything from the identification of a staffing need to filling it. Depending on the size of an organization, recruitment is the responsibility of a range of workers. That's all from me. Thank you, sir.
Firda Veronica.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir, and good morning, everyone. I'm Firda Veronica, and I'm in a good condition today. I'm joining this meeting class because I want to study about human resource management. And today, the topic is about recruiting and labor markets. What I know about recruiting and labor markets, first is recruiting.
Recruiting is the process of generating a pool of qualified applicants for organizational jobs through a series of activities. Recruiting must be viewed strategically as tied to HR planning, and discussion should be held about the relevant labor markets in which to recruit. The components of labor markets are labor force population, applicant population, and the application pool. And then labor markets can be categorized by geographic area, industry, occupation, qualification, and other characteristics. Thank you, sir.
Okay, good. Vivian, Vanessa.
Hello, good morning, sir and friends. My name is Vivian Vanessa. Today my condition is very good. The reason why I attend this class because I want to continue my study in HRM lecture about the chapter 6 of the book, namely Recruiting and Labor Markets. What I know about this topic is that recruiting is important since it is a part of strategic HR planning. We know recruiting is a process of generating a pool of qualified applicants for organizational jobs, and in integrating recruiting components, there is a relationship between labor markets, recruiting responsibilities, goals, and sources. Thank you, sir.
Okay, good. Sally? Sally, are you in, Sally? No? Okay, Devia Putri Aspasya.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Delvia Putri Aspasya. Today I'm in a good condition. The reason why I took the class because I want to learn more about this chapter 6. It is about recruiting and labor market. So recruiting is the process of actively seeking out, finding and hiring candidates for a specific position or job. Labor market data includes research, statistics, and handle on more than 99% of the workforce. Hiring teams and recruiters often have access to labor market information, which includes public statistics compiled by various government agencies at the federal, state, and local levels. Thank you.
Okay, Nathania Lawrence.
Hello, good morning, sir, and good morning, everyone. My name is Nathania, and I'm in good condition today. I joined this lecture because I want to learn more about recruiting process and labor markets. What I know about this topic is recruiting and labor markets are vital in the organizations. Recruiting is the process of generating qualified applicants for jobs, while labor markets refers to the supply and demand for labor. Thank you.
Okay, good. Yosia Aldora Sianturi.
Okay, sir. Good morning. My name is Yosia Aldora Sianturi, and I am in a good condition. And the reason I joined this class because I want to learn more about the recruitment and labor market. And what I know about recruitment is the process of actively seeking out, finding, and hiring candidates for a specific position or job. And the recruitment definition includes the entire hiring process from inception to individual required integration into the company. Thank you, sir.
Okay, good. Bill Grace Aprianda.
Okay, good morning, everyone.
Good
My
morning.
name is Bill Grace Aprianda. I'm in good condition. I joined to this class to knowing about recruiting. How is it important? The first, human resource is the most important resource in organization or company. Every organization need human to operate it. To get a workforce that suit their needs, and HRM process is needed, which is called recruitment. Recruitment is the process of finding and attracting qualified applicant to be selected as employee according to the required position. Thank you, sir.
Okay, good. Nurifah Devianti.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Nurifah Delvianti. I'm in good condition. The reason I attending this class because I want to learn about chapter 6. It's about recruitment and labor market. All I know about recruitment is the process of actively seeking out, finding, and hiring candidates for a specific job. Thank you, sir.
Okay, good. Noval Dwi Febrianto.
Right. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, sir. I'm Nova. Before that, I want to say sorry that I can open my camera because I got trouble with my web camera, so I can't open it. So what we're talking about today is about recruitment and labor market, which recruiting is process of generating a pool of qualified application for organizational jobs, which it is important that recruiting be treated as a part of strategic HR planning because it is a key mechanism for filling a position necessary to get the work done. And while about the labor markets is the external supply for pool from which employers attract the employers. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Erwin.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Good morning, sir. My name is Erwin, and now I'm with Good Condition. The reason I joined this class because I want to learn about recruiting, and what I know about this topic is that recruitment requires the company for resource according to the position, title, and ability. That are for me. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Michael Bryan. Michael Bryan, are you in? This is Celia.
Okay, good morning, sir and friends. I'm sorry because before my laptop suddenly lagging out. My name is Cecilia Ivana Rairi, and I am in good condition. Well, I joined this class because I want to enhance my knowledge about the Human Resource Management Chapter 6. What I know is in Chapter 6 is Human Resource Management is a systematic procedure for collecting, storing, and retaining, retrieving, and validating data needed by an organization about the human resources and human resources activities and characteristics of its organizational units. That's for the recruitment. And then moreover, a labor market is the place where workers and employees interact with each other. Thank you.
Okay. Michael Bryan, are you in? Okay, who hasn't done this opening comment? Who hasn't got the opportunity? So all of you have got the opportunity to give the opening comment, yeah? Okay, so let's come to the discussion, yeah? So you have read the questions discussed today, and so there are several questions or some questions, yeah, given. Okay, the first is we must answer the question about the definition of recruitment according to the three aspects. Okay, who is going to try to answer this? Okay, please.
Zakia.
Okay, Zakia, please.
So first is the definition of recruitment by Edwin B. Filippo, which is the writer of Personnel Management. He said that recruitment is the process of searching of prospective employees and stimulating them to apply for jobs in the organization. And then the Chenzo and Robbins, which are writer of the Fundamental of HRM, define recruitment as the process of discovering the potential for actual or anticipated organizational vacancies. And then William B. Werther and Keith Davis, the writer of Human Resource and Personnel Management, recruitment is a discovering of potential applicants for actual or anticipated organizational vacancies, or from another perspective, it can be looked as the linking activities, bringing together those with jobs and those seeking jobs.
Okay, good. Yeah, good definition. Yeah, okay. Okay, who else want to give the definition according to this aspect? Maybe there are definition according to this aspect. So there are many aspects, yeah, expressing the definition of recruitment. What recruitment is, yeah. Anyone else want to try to explain the definition of recruitment according to this aspect? Yeah, and how do you define? So it is according to this aspect. How do you define the recruitment? How do you define recruitment? So recruitment is very important, yeah, in every organizations, yeah. So it's very needed, yeah. So we need recruitment. You need people. So you must need the best people, so right, for you, so right. So you must do the recruitment. So there's the process of. Wait a moment. Any opinion? How do you define the recruitment? So the word recruiting comes from the recruitment is derived from the word to recruit. Yeah, recruiting, and the noun is recruitment. So someone who recruits is called recruiters, and the person who is recruited is called applicants. Yeah, the applicant, the job applicant. Yeah. No comment again. Okay, no comments. We come to number 2. So is recruitment important? Why?
I want to
Sir. Oh, okay. Firda first.
Presensia ya, first ya. So that okay, Presensia first, please.
Okay. So in my opinion, recruitment is really important because we know that recruitment is the process by which a company is HR team and recruiters identify qualified candidates for job openings. And from this day, the HR team can reach out to the individual through professional networking sites or available contact channels to let them know about company job openings. And recruitment also can bring several benefits to a business, such as first, helps companies hire talented individual. Second, allows companies to hire individual who value the same principle. Third, connect companies with professional for future job openings. And the last, fourth, ensure that companies hire individual who can help grow the business. So that's why, in my opinion, recruitment is really important.
Yeah. Okay, the next. Okay, Firda.
Is recruitment important? Why? Of course, important because recruitment is where you start determining the people who work for your company, and the future of your company certainly depends on your employees as well. Recruitment is vital for success. Good people come for a performance advantage, and there is really nothing that will make more of an impact than hiring the very best talent you can find and afford. Recruitment is all about putting the right talent in the right job and the right time. Recruiting new employees is a costly process, and if not done properly, this could prevent the business from growing, affect your reputation, negatively impact your profit, and more. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so I ask everyone here. So recruitment is very important, yeah. But when you have business and it is family business, right? It's not public, but family business. Do you also need recruitment in your family business? How do you recruit people for your family business? So sometimes your family's business, and how do you recruit the people? Anyone want to explain this question? What about family business in recruitment?
May I answer?
Okay, please, Nova.
I want to ask because based on my experience, which we have the business, right, the family business.
Yeah.
So how we recruit the people outside our families is maybe the plan or the planning of the business is from us, from the family, which we have the plan is the manager and maybe, and for the labor, it's come from the people and not the family, sir. So we put them based on the talent, but the idea and the planning is from us, from our families.
So you recruit, you recruit the people from external sources, yeah, not for your internal sources from your own family. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, that's right, sir.
Yeah,
yes.
Good idea too. So when you have family business and you recruit people from external sources, yeah, as long as you have funds, yeah, have financial resources, yeah, it's good to. Sometimes the family business, the manager from who have business, recruit the people from their own family first, yeah, who is capable, yeah, who is competent, who is competency, yeah, with skills, right, yeah, and then from outside. So if there is no one in the family who can do the job, so the family business the mayor can recruit from the people from other sources, right? Yeah, I think it is not a mistake to take the people from internal sources from our own family, as long as the people are good, right? As long as the people are competent, right? Yeah, but when your people in your family are not competent, it's not good for you to take your own people to work for you, right? It's not good, right? Get better take the people from external sources. Okay, Okay, the next question is okay, good, yeah. Yeah. And then the number 4, yeah. So there are 3 videos, yeah, 3 videos given, yeah, related to the recruiting or recruitment. So want to give the opinion or who has watched the first video and what is your opinion and what can you take from this video and what advantage? We'll try to give opinion, please.
May I, sir?
Okay, please, Erisa first. Erika Teresa first. So all of you can speak here. The first is Erika Teresa. Okay.
Okay. What are the 3 videos about? The first video is about HR basics, recruitment, and the second one is 3 recruitment methods we must know, and the third video is the recruitment process.
Yeah.
What do the speakers explain in the 3 videos? Explain in detail.
Yeah.
In the first video, the speakers explain about the HR basics recruitment, starting from the definition of recruitment. After that, he explained about 3 essential concepts to best understand recruitment. They are employment brand, recruitment process, and recruitment methods. An employment brand is the way our organization's prospective applicants, the candidates, and current employees perceive us as an employer. A strong employment brand is the organization that can clearly communicate the culture of an organization, its mission, and its values until giving people a compelling reason to work and stay there.
Yeah.
It plays in both attracting to attract people more, to attract more applicants and retaining talent, the influence of employers' reputation. Therefore, we should invest in rigorous ongoing process to build our employment brand.
Yeah.
The first one is assessing our employment brand,
Yeah.
and the second one is defining our message, and the third one is communicating our brand, and finally evaluating our message. Next is recruitment process. It includes 3 primary elements. The first one is planning, understand why we are recruiting, our objective, and how to attract the type of employees we need.
Yeah.
And job posting, creating and distributing a notice of a current job opportunity to allow for application of recruitment methods. The third one is communication, the information shared between the employers and candidate throughout the recruitment process itself. When planning recruitment, we should consider the 4 elements, which are how much money, time, sense of audience, and level of the job. The last one is recruitment methods, the means used to sourcing candidates. Successful organizations use both internal and external recruitment methods, which both of them have their advantage and disadvantages. The second video is about 3 recruitment methods we must know. The first one is IQ test, also known as the General Mental Ability GMA test. It is the most well-validated concept in social science. It is also the best predictor of our academic success, learning abilities, and how successful we are in our work. It can be used to hire for any position and predict how quickly a candidate can learn a job as well as how successful a candidate will be in their job. The second one is unstructured employment interviews. We will need use 2 structured interviews in order to be confident about someone's skills compared to one structured interview. Unstructured interviews will lead to hiring decisions based on gut instinct rather than a fair and equal comparison. The third one is structured employment interview. Combining structured interview with GMA test was the second highest predictor of future performance in meta-analysis. It is because structured interviews mean that applicants are assessed and scored based on the same questions. They are considered significantly valid in terms of predicting future success. Comparing candidates based on the same criteria lowers the chance of a biased interview. The last video is the recruitment process. The first step is defining the role. We need to think about the actual requirements of the job and how it fits into the business and our future plan. It can be done by writing a job description to help us clarify the purpose, task, and responsibility of the job. Next is build a profile of the ideal person to fill this role. A person's specification will help us undertake the selection and interview process in a systematic way. The next step is attracting applicants. We need to start the search for suitable candidates. Think about where advertising to attract wide large of good quality applicants with the aim to get
Hello? There's something wrong. Okay. So you guys good answer, yeah, good opinion. So you have watched this video. Okay, please carry on. Carry on, Rebecca. Carry on, please.
And then what I get from the watching the 3 videos above, I learned that using this information can go create a great process to source and recruiting our next candidate. I also get an overview of the 3 most widely used recruitment methods and how good these methods are at predicting whether or not a candidate will be a good fit based on the latest research. Taking the time to research the right question for our interview process will help us make a better hiring decision in the future. Thank you, sir.
Okay, good. Yeah, good opinion, good answer. Yeah, so I think as you guys what the 3 videos fully, yeah, so you can answer very well, and so it will be advantage for you to understand this video. It's very important. So someday you are the manager, you will know how to recruit the people, yeah, the methods, and you must also know the process of recruitment, right? Yeah. So there are many types of tests given, yeah, by the applicant. So in Indonesia we know TPA, yeah, test potential academics, right? Maybe in United States is GMAT maybe or GMA, yeah, but in Indonesia TPA. So when you work for to apply for a government office, yeah, so you will have the TPA, yeah. If you want to be a lecturer, you must also have the TPA, yeah. Test potential academic potency test is right. Yeah, it's very good. Or achievement test, yeah, it's very important, yeah. Yeah, someday, of course, after you finish your study from economic faculty, I'm very sure you will apply for a job, or maybe you will run your own business, right? Yeah, you have business, and if you have business, you need people, yeah, for your business, yeah. So you must recruit your people. So you must see your people, and you must choose the best method of recruiting your people, so right? So you can watch the video and you can take the advantage. So there are so we can learn from many sources, from book, from video, so right? From everywhere, yeah. So from the best people, or from the people who has got experience in HRM, so right? Or from the practitioners of HRM, so we can learn from many sources, yeah. Good. So I hope that the theory given in this video can be implemented in the future by all of you here, yeah, because so all of you must use this theory, because you will apply for a job in the future. I'm very sure for that, right? Yeah. Okay, maybe anyone else want to give opinion about the 3 videos, please? Anyone else?
May I, sir?
Okay, please, Josa, please, Josa.
Okay, from video number 1, I'll explain about HR fundamental, which is a series of short lessons designed to highlight specific human resource management topics. And in the video, try to explore recruitment as well as the process and method behind finding the best candidate for jobs. And then the second video explain about 3 recruitment methods. Recruitment is one of the most important business strategy, and when companies choose the right recruitment method, they can find qualified applicants, save money and joining time, and reduce the chance of getting caught up in labor-related legal disputes. And the 3 methods, namely like IQ test, unstructured employment interview, and structured employment interview.
Yeah.
And then video number 3 explain about the recruitment process.
Yeah.
Recruitment is the process of finding and binding prospective employees who have the ability to meet the planned needs of the organization, and the goal is to meet the needs human resource in accordance with the goals of the organization or company. And the steps are as follow: defining the role, ideal person, attracting applicant, selecting the right candidate, and interview. Okay, that's all.
Okay, good.
That's all.
Okay, good. Yeah. So I hope and hope that all of you have watched these 3 videos. Yeah. So I hope and hope that you can understand the English spoken in this video, because it is a kind of listening practice. So you can practice your listening here. So that you watch the video and you try to understand your English. So that, and when you have understood the English, it means that your English is very good. So that, so there's no problem if you want to study abroad, because you are used to listening, yeah, to the native speaker speak, yeah. Yeah. But if you have difficulty in understanding what they speak in the video, so you will have problem when you study abroad. So that, okay, when you want to do for a student exchange, so you must also practice your listening. So you must, because yeah, speaking English with the Indonesian people is different from speaking English with the natives, right? Yeah, so they speak very fast, right? Yeah, so very fast. So our ears must be accustomed to listening to their speech, right? So you must be, so when you listen to the video, you must pick up your ears and try to understand, yeah, yeah. So you must keep have a lot of vocabularies, yeah. You must be diligent to read your dictionaries, idiomatic. But the foreign people, the native speakers, like to use idiom in speaking, so that, yeah, so they like to use idiom. So we must keep much reading, yeah, idiomatic expression in dictionary, yeah. It's very important, so that. So there are many idioms that is useful, yeah. Like for example, the question is as easy as apple pie, yeah. The question is a piece of cake. Do you know? I assume, you know, it is a piece of cake. I can answer the question because the question are a piece of cake. What that is mean, a piece of cake? What does it mean, a piece of cake? Can you answer my question? Oh, it's a piece of cake. I can answer your question very well. I must be able to answer your question because your question is a piece of cake. What does it mean, a piece of cake? Yeah,
it is easy, sir.
Yeah, it's easy. So right, it's easy. That piece of cake. Yeah. But when you do, when you don't know how to translate to say in bahasa, so what it's like I eat a piece of cake like that. Because I eat a piece of cake, different, yeah, different. Yeah, like I feel under the weather. It's idiomatic. If you are not healthy, if you are not well, so you can say I feel under the weather. So that, yeah, so you must try to say I feel under the, to feel at home. So that, do you feel at home studying here? Do you feel at home working in this company? Feel at home mean what? In bahasa is betah, ya. So don't be indifferent don't be indifferent to any situation. What does it mean indifference to? Cuek. Yeah, don't be indifferent, don't be cuek, right? Cuek dan cuek. So you must, yeah, read, yeah, diligently, right? Okay, good, yeah. So when you can understand the video, it means that you have good English, right? You have good ears, right? You have good ear. You have good ear for it. So when you speak English but you don't understand what the people speak in the video, it means that you don't have good ears, right? Or you don't understand, yeah. Okay. Okay. The next question is number the question, yeah, number 5. Yeah. There's the. Okay, please. Oh, Halija, yeah. Halija, please, Halija.
So it is HR headline on page 177. It say the HR headline is about passive recruiting can become active. So before that, passive job seekers, it is about individuals who are currently employed and not actively looking for a new job, but who may be open to a good career opportunity if one came along. So what is the HR headline about? It is passive recruiting can become active recruiting with the help of information technology such as Facebook and LinkedIn. With the help of these two applications, the HR manager can easily find out additional information about job applicants. My opinion, this is, of course, with the help of these two application or the technology information, it will greatly help the work of the HR consultant because it can make work more efficient by simply opening the application. Information can be obtained. That's all, sir. Thank you.
So to talk about the passive seeker, yeah. So what is passive seeker, so right? Yeah. So I think you can read the outline. Maybe anyone else want to give opinion about this HR outline? What is it? What is it about? Sometimes when you have a job, so you want to try to find a job, so that is a active seeker, so that, yeah. But passive seeker is not like that. So. Anyone else want to give opinion about this HR headline 177 about passive seeker? Does passive seeker have a job, have work in the company or an organization, in your opinion? Or are they unemployed, like that? This passive seeker, yeah. Yeah, passive seeker. What is seeker? Job seeker and passive seeker, yeah. So the word seeker is derived from the word to seek, south, seeking, so right? To seek, south, seeking. Yeah. The person who seeks something, yeah, job seeker, so right? If you seek job, you are a job seeker, so right? When you have good job and you only work in the company, so you have no willingness to apply for another company, to apply for other job, is because passive seekers, right? You will still work, but you don't have any to apply for another job, so right? It's called passive seekers, right? Yeah. Sometimes it's also a challenge for you, even you have manager. So sometimes the company hijack the people, so that when you have the best people, the other company can hijack your best people, so right? Because the company can pay your people higher than you, and so your people can move to the other companies, right? So you must be careful in this case, yeah. So we must try to keep our people well, yeah. Okay. No opinion again? No opinion? Okay. Yeah. Number 6. What does recruiting require an employer to do?
I want to try.
Okay, please, Veronica, please.
6. What does recruiting require an employer to do? Recruiting requires an employer to first is know the industry and where to successfully recruit qualified employees, and then identify keys to success in the labor market, including recruiting efforts, and then cultivate relationship with sources of prospective employees, and then promote the company brands so that the employer is known as good place to work. That's also, thank you.
Okay, so you must have your company must have good brands, yeah, so that they can have a willingness to apply for the job in your company. But if the company has bad brands, so there's no applicant, yeah, applying for a job in your company. So what is labor market in your opinion? What is labor market? So where do you find the people, your people? It says in labor markets, right? So what is labor market? Yeah, please, yeah, which providing people or workers for everyone, for every company, every organization, yeah. So if the labor is limited, yeah, is scarce, so the price is also will be high, so right? The price for the people will be high if the availability in the market is limited. And can you give me the example? So if you run a school, you need a teacher who is good at chemistry, so right? Yeah, at chemistry, but it is difficult to find chemistry teacher. So this limited, restricted, it is scarce, yeah. So the price of the teacher, for paying the chemistry teacher will be high, yeah, because it is limited, right? But if there are many chemistry teachers, so it will be cheap. Yeah, it will be inexpensive. Yeah, to recruit to pay the chemistry teachers, because there are many people provided in the market, right? It is the global market. So when we talk about the market, we talk about the supply and demand, right? The supply of workers and the demand of workers, right? When you demand more people and the supply is restricted, so the price of the people will be high, right? On the contrary, if the demand for people is limited, but the supply of labor is there are many people, or there are many workers in the market, so the price of the people will be low, right? This is the law of demand and supply, and so it is studied in the development economics, right? Not in management, yeah, but labor markets, yeah. So you must find the people in the markets, right? Which is called labor market. Right. Anyone else want to give opinion? Okay, good answer, yeah. Okay, what do you know about training of recruiters and managers?
May I, sir?
Okay, Vivian, please.
Okay. Training for recruiters and manager importance is about how much training will be given to recruiters and managers. There are some crucial learning activities given by the trainers related to which one is piloting EEO and how to be delicate toward the diversity issues with applicants, especially when we talk directly to the applicants. Therefore, we will have communication skills training. Besides that, employers also have to learn about ethical behavior of recruiters during the recruitment process in order to avoid the misunderstanding between recruiters and also the applicants. Thank you, sir.
Okay, anyone else please want to try to give opinion again? Okay, so the managers must learn how to recruit, so that you must learn how to recruit your people, must study the communication, okay, and the other things related to the recruitment. Okay, the next number please. Let's say the next number.
May I, sir?
Yeah. Oh, Firda, please, Firda.
Number 8. Mention and explain the labor market components.
Yeah.
The components of labor markets are labor force population, applicant population, and the applicant pool. First is force population is made up of all individuals who are available for selection if all possible recruitment strategies are used.
Yeah.
And then applicant population. Applicant population is a subset of the labor force population that is available for selection if a particular recruiting approach is used. This population can be broad or narrow depending on the jobs needing to be filled and the appraisals used by the employer. And last is applicant pool. Applicant pool consists of all persons who are actually evaluated for selection. Many factors can affect the size of applicant pool, including the reputation of organization and industry as a place to work, the screening efforts of the organization, the job specification, and the information available.
Good. Okay. Number 9, please. Let's try to answer number 9.
Me, sir.
Okay, Sally first, please. Sally.
Okay, the number 9 is number and type of recruits needed. The second is timing of recruiting to ensure timely placement, and next is external and internal messages on the details. The next is qualifications of competent applicants to be considered. The next is cultures for obtaining qualified applicants. The next is outside and inside recruiting means to be used. The next and the last one is administrative recruiting and application review activities. That's all from me. Thank you.
Good answer, yeah. Maybe anyone else want to try to answer number 9? Good answer. Okay. Okay.
Me, sir.
Okay, please. Good. Sabila, please. Sabila, sir.
First of all, managers know about what a particular position involves and what kind of skills an employee needs to do the job effectively. Some considerations such as what qualification will employee need for the job, what skills are necessary, are there physical skills or requirements. The managers ask the question, observe workers, conduct surveys, and determine what exactly is required to do the job well. For example, considerations based on job description. It states the level of education, experience, and knowledge required for the position. These types of statements are important for several reasons because it makes easier to decide whether a particular candidate is a really good match for the job, and they provide documentation to show why one candidate might be chosen over another.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, good. Number 10, recruiting is possible can be challenging. Why? Okay, please. Who?
Number 10.
Yeah.
Recruiting for smaller firms can be challenging. For instance, a small certified professional accounting or CPA firm had to work extensively to identify which CPA professionals would prefer working in a small firm rather than a large one.
Yeah.
One key to this firm recruiting efforts was to clearly identify the unique characteristic of working in a smaller firm, which included greater assignment variety, more work flexibility, and better career possibilities.
Yeah.
Those characteristics will appeal to some, but not all who might apply.
Yeah. That's all. Okay, good. The other opinion, please, maybe. Number 10, good answer. Okay. Okay. Okay, number 11, we have talked about 11. Yeah, what do you know about labor market? So we have, I asked you about this, yeah. And number 12, so please explain the following terms. Yeah, what are these? Yeah. Okay, number 12, please want to try to explain one by one, or part 12, what is meant by recruiting person and image, and what is meant by employment branding and image, etc. Anyone? Anyone to answer? Only the definition about the term. What do you know about? Yeah, what do you know about? What do you know about the recruiting person and image and employment branding and image? Yeah. So what is branding, image? Yeah. So when you finish your study from economic faculty, and what kind of job will you seek? Yeah. It depends on the employment branding and image, right? So you will, of course, seek the branded job, yeah, the good jobs, right? Like I said, the job that will give you good salary, right? The same must be related to your competence, your skills, right? Your ability and experience, right? Like that. Expertise, yeah. This is brand employment branding, right? So in the future, what kind of job will you seek? It's called like employment branding, right? Or the company's also the company's brand image, right? Yeah. So if the company is good, as good brand's name, so it's good, yeah. So you will of course apply for the job in the company because you said that the company has good brand's name, right? Anyone want to answer, please? Number 12. Anyone to try? What is internet recruiting? What is recruiting and AAO? What is regular and flexible staffing, right? What is recruiting and internet social networking? So have you read this in your ebook? Okay, if we can skip this. Okay, after you must think after this. Maybe you will answer in the video recording, right? What is the temporary workers, independent contractors? Yeah. Okay, no one to answer. Number 13. So you haven't read the book. Number 13.
May I, sir?
Okay, please, Mary Nathania, please.
What can I learn from the HR on the job? It is about an effective recruiting process through a website. The website may contain images of their companies and guidelines on how to design the website to be as attractive and functional as possible. In my opinion, online recruitment using website can give an overall research data and is effective in terms of cost and time. And it can also be used to communicate with a large number of applicants at the same time.
Okay. The other opinion, please. Any other opinion? Number 13, good answer. So there's no wrong answer. So you can learn something from this HR on the job, yeah. And maybe you can implement this when you have your job, so right? And the second, how do you recruiting using special technology means? How do you recruiting using special technology means? Do you know what it means? Number 14, we'll try to answer. How do you?
Me, sir?
Okay, please. Okay, please.
So recruiting using special technology means that we as an employer use internet as the recruiting method, such as blogs, e-video, or Twitter.
So not so many people also like to use LinkedIn, yeah. So when you have LinkedIn, so there are many people posting the job opportunities in LinkedIn, right? Yeah, you can join LinkedIn. So when you want to have a good job, yeah. Okay, good. Yeah. So basic internet technology, basic internet. So the internet has many means, right? Social media, right? Facebook, right? Then Twitter, Instagram, right? Blogs, yeah. LinkedIn, yeah. This technology, right? Technology means, yeah. So it's very efficient, right? By using the newspaper or magazine. So if you want to find people from by using printing media or the mass media like newspaper, yeah, it's expensive, right? It's expensive. Yeah, it will take a lot of money, right? It depends on what page you want to have, yeah. So if you choose the front page, is more expensive, yeah. In the side, yeah, the side of the paper also will influence the price of your advertising, so that yeah. So it is better to use internet, so that everyone can read. So many people have been familiar with the internet, so that but we can use Facebook, yeah. Facebook is most commonly used by the people, so that or LinkedIn, so that but now Twitter is seldom used, yeah. Some people still use the Twitter, but some others don't like to use Twitter, so that seldom, yeah. Instagram, sometimes Instagram is good for business, yeah, for selling something, so that, yeah, for posting pictures, yeah, and give the comment, yeah, about the pictures, so that. Okay. Or anyone want to give opinion, please, about this? Number 14. Okay, number 15. What are the advantages and the disadvantages of internet recruiting? What are the advantages and the disadvantages when you use the internet recruiting? Want to try to answer this question?
May I, sir?
Okay, Erika Teresa, please.
Okay. The advantages of internet recruiting are, first, employers can save their money.
Yeah.
As you know, that internet recruiting is more affordable than other recruiting methods, such as what Sir said before, newspaper advertising. It is more cost substantially more. And the second one is have a very large pool of applicants. Individuals view an employer more positively and obtain more useful information, which can result in more individual applications. The third one is the job literally are posted globally, so potential applicants in other geographic areas and countries can view job opening posted on the internet.
Yeah.
It also improves the ability to target specific audience, including more diverse position through the use of categories, information, and other variables. The last one is save time. Applicants can respond quickly to the job posting by sending electronic response or email. And the recruiters also can respond more rapidly to the qualified candidates. The disadvantages are first, creates additional work for HR staff members and others internally because of border exposure. More online job posting must be sent and many more resume must be reviewed. More emails and Twitter need to be dealt with, and expensive specialized software may be needed to track the increased number of applicants resulting from internet recruiting efforts. Another issue is that some applicants may have limited internet access, especially individuals from lower socioeconomic groups and from certain radical or ethnic groups. And the third one is non-serious job applicants. Many individuals who access internet recruiting sources are browsers who may not submit resume just to see what happens, but they are not actively looking for new jobs. Thank you, sir.
Okay, good. So which do you prefer using to use? Using offline recruitment or internet recruitment? What do you prefer? Even when you are the manager, which one do you prefer? Internet recruitment or offline? This means that you they can come to your company and or send something by using post maybe, or the other means. What do you prefer? Do you prefer this internet recruitment?
Yes, sir. I prefer internet recruitment.
So you can compare the benefit between advantage and disadvantage. If you have more advantage, you had better use the internet recruiting. But if it has more disadvantage, you had better not use internet recruiting. So that, okay, good. And then the next question, please. The next question, number 16. Number 16. So we have known two sources of recruiting. So this is the first. We try to answer number 16. Number 16.
May I, sir?
Okay, please. Okay, Mary, Natania, please.
External recruiting sources are referred to looking for professional and required manpower from the outside of the organizations to attract new individuals. In this case, it is not fulfilled internally by the management. It is generally associated with the external pool of candidates who are looking for a job rather than considering the external and internals. Where there are advantages and disadvantages of these external recruiting sources. The advantages are new sources bring new perspective. Training new hires may be cheaper and faster because of the prior external experience. New hires are likely to have fewer internal political supporters in the firm, and new hires may bring new industry insights and expertise. The disadvantages are the firm may not select someone who will fit well with the job and the organizations. The process may cause morale problems for internal candidates not selected, and new employees may require longer adjustment periods as well as orientation efforts. Thank you.
Okay, which do you prefer to use, internal sources or external? So when you have a company and you want to find the people for you, so which one do you choose? Do you prefer to choose external sources or internal? Mary, which one do you choose? Mary Tanya.
Honestly, I don't really know which one to choose.
So when you have company, so they are both of the sources have the advantage and disadvantage, right? So if you use the internal sources, you have known the personality of the people, right? So you have known the attitude of the people. So you have understood the people. If you have if you choose the internal sources of recruitment, so some people prefer internal sources of recruitment, and some others prefer external, or some people also use combine sources, right? External and internal, so that for specific job, so maybe the manager use internal sources of applicant recruitment, and the other position, this is the external sources of recruitment. Okay, good, yeah. And then the next is number 17. Okay, about advertising, recruiting advertising. Mention and explain what. Okay, please. Who? Rajak, please. Rajak. Okay, Abdul Rajak, please.
Mention and explain what to include in an effective recruiting ad. The answer is the first one. To include in an effective recruiting ad is information on the job and on the application process, which is information for the job that been offered, like job title and responsibilities, geographic / flexible location of job, starting pay range, acceptance on online applications, and so on. Next is desired candidate qualifications, which contain the qualification that we want of the applicant, like years of experience, characteristic, etc. And the last one is information on the organization, which is the information about our organization, like culture, EEO employers, primary business capabilities, and unique characteristic of organization. That's all, sir.
Okay, good. So you must, when you run, when you run recruitment advertisement, so you must give complete information about the job, about your company, right?
Yes, sir.
So the incomplete information will not be effective for you, if you want to find people from advertising, advertisement. Okay, number 18. Have you read up the article and what is the article about, and what can you learn from this article? Please, we'll try to answer this question. Number 18, about this chapter. Have you read up this chapter? Why? What can you learn from this chapter? Anyone want to try to answer question number 18? It is about this chapter. What can you learn from this chapter? Anyone? Answer. So you haven't read up this chapter, maybe. Have you read up this chapter? So if you don't answer this question, it means that you haven't read up this chapter. So you only answer the question and read the answer on the chapter, right? Have you read up this chapter from the beginning to the end? No. So when you answer this question, you hit the is very good, So you must choose the most difficult question to answer, So your answer will of course improve your grades, right, at HRM. So don't choose the easy question, but you must choose the difficult question, so you can have good grades, right? Okay, so number 18 is the most difficult question, number 18, number 18, because you must read up the article, and you must explain what you can learn from this chapters, right? You want to try to answer this question, please. No one?
May I, sir?
Okay, please. Adrian first. After that,
so the chapter, okay, so the chapter talking about recruiting and labor market. I already read up this chapter. This chapter is so interesting because it taught me a lot about, give me insight and information that very useful and widen my knowledge about recruiting and labor market. This chapter taught me that recruiting is the process of attracting, assessing, choosing, recruiting, and hiring candidates for a specific position or job. And when we are talking about recruiting, there is a labor market, which is referred to the supply of and a demand for labor, in which employee provide the supply and employee and provide the demand. Today's chapter also taught me that how important internet means in recruiting, which is more easier and can reach a lot of people that will give a new point of view in our organization. And this chapter showed me a lot of diversity in recruiting, which will give a lot of advantage in organization. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Firda, please. Firda Veronica.
Okay, what is this chapter about? This chapter is about recruiting and labor markets. And have you read up this chapter? Yes, I done. Why? What can you learn from this chapter? I can learn from this chapter is recruiting is important because it's where you start determining the people who work for your company, and the future of your company certainly depends on your employees as well. This chapter is about explanation and components that are related with recruiting and labor market. I can learn about how to recruiting employees, what I can prepare to recruiting, and especially in a small firm, because maybe before I start to open the large company, I will start in a small company or small firm first. This chapter gives me insight to do recruiting in a new company. Besides that, I can learn about what is labor market, advertising to open the requirement, use the internet or the others, and I can learn about recruiting from internal and external. That's all for me. Thank you, sir.
Okay, good. Yeah. Okay, so the last question. Okay, the last question is give the closing comment. And what is the summary of the discussion? What can you get from the discussion? And how do you find the discussion today? So I need 5 speakers. Okay, the first speaker want to try to give the closing comment. The first speaker.
Me, sir?
Okay, please. Zakia, please.
So today's discussion, I learned that as the employers, we cannot just like recruit person. First, you need to define what jobs that needs the person, and then the second one is that we need to know what kind of person that we need, what skills and what characteristic that will same as the organization principle. And then after that, there are methods on recruitment, and then after that, we can find the right person for the right job at our company. That's all. Thank you, sir.
The second speaker, please. Will be the second speaker to give the closing comment. Yes, the second speaker. Only one speaker will be the second speaker. From 38 students, only one speaker. Give the closing comment. So the other don't.
May I answer?
Please, Adrian.
So in conclusion, the main topic of discussion today are recruitment and the labor market. These two things are interrelated because recruitment is a process to hire worker, and the labor market is a market target or a thing that show the population of professional workers to carry out recruitment. Component advantage, disadvantage, and what is the occurrences of recruitment, such as internet recruitment, external recruitment, and so on. I found today's discussion is so great that I can hear many opinions from sir and friends. If I'm going to work as an HR staff in the future in an organization, I would like to apply the lesson that I run today about recruitment and the workforce in our organization. This is done with intention to hiring a quality employee who can be the future of my organization and can lead grow in my organization, sir.
Okay, good. The third speaker, please. The third speaker.
May I, sir?
Please.
Natania.
Natania Lauren, please.
Okay. Today's discussion is very interesting, and I get a lot of information about human resource management, especially about recruitment process and labor markets. I have learned that recruitment is very important for organizations. Recruitment is the process of HR team identify qualified candidates for jobs. Recruitment is important because it helps companies hire talented individuals, allows companies to hire individuals who value the same principles, and ensures that companies hire individuals who can help grow their business. Recruiting also can be done through internet. Online recruitment provides businesses with an efficient and cheaper way to fill positions. So recruitment is very important because it will affect the result of how organizations achieve its objectives or goals. Thank you.
Good conclusion. Okay. The fourth speaker, please. The fourth speaker. Will be the fourth speaker. No? Yeah. So,
may I, sir?
Okay, please. Who? Please.
Ria,
Yeah, please. Okay, Ria's last three, please. Yes, last three.
summary of discussion today is recruiting must be viewed specifically as tied to human resource planning, and discussions should be held about the relevant labor market in which to recruit. When we talk about labor market, it's about supply and demand of the labor. The labor market is the place where the supply and the demand of jobs meet. When the workers or labor providing the service that employers demand. And today we can see job from internet. Internet recruiting has grown in use to job boards and various websites, social networking, and special technology methods. While internet recruiting may be able to save cost and time, it also can generate more unqualified applicants and may not reach a certain group or of potential applicants. That's all. Thank you, sir.
Okay. The last speaker, please. The last speaker will be the last speaker.
May I, sir?
Please. Pick up.
The thing that I can conclude is recruiting is the process of generating a pool of qualified applicants for organizational jobs through a series of activities. Recruiting must be viewed strategically as tied to HR planning, and discussions should be held about the relevant labor markets in which to recruit. The components of labor markets are labor force population, applicant population, and the applicant pool. Labor markets can be categorized by geographic area, industry, occupation, qualifications, and other characteristics. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, this is the end of the discussions. Yeah, so you must, yeah, so when it's the time for closing comment is given, so you must complete to answer, yeah, because the grade is also good for this closing, yeah. The closing comment is good, is yeah, can influence also grade, because if you never give the closing comment, it means that you didn't pay attention to the discussions, right? So what you have got from the discussion today, or it means that you are also indifferent to the discussion, right? Yeah, you must complete for your better grade at HRM, right? Try to answer, yeah. So when you answer the question, you must choose the most difficult questions, right? So the easiest question is not good to answer because it is only a small grade, yeah. No, the grade is not good, yes. Yeah, so you must try to answer the most difficult question. So when you answer the question, you must remember, you must write on your book what number you have answered, right? And what have you done will be asked in the midterm test, right? What you have done in the discussion will be asked in the midterm test, including the video recording. Yeah. So if you never video record, you cannot answer the question in the midterm test. You must remember that. If you never answer the discussion, you will also not be able to answer the question in the midterm test, because what you have done during the discussion will be asked in the midterm test. Example like this: I will give the example of my question. Are you active in the discussion? I must answer, yeah. Okay, if yes, what question have you answered? Mention the question and explain the answer again. So that, so you must write the number you have answered, yeah, and give the explanation again to answer on answer. So that, so if the student never answer the question, how can you answer? So I record this, yeah, I record this Zooms, and then I upload in YouTube and I distribute to you. So that the link, so that, and you must watch this YouTube many times, so I can know who is active. I always watch this YouTube very often to know the student who are active in the discussion, and I read the names, so that, and I also I must know who is present in this Zoom meeting, yeah, who is present in your meeting. So it is my yeah. So I use Zoom meeting because it can be recorded. Not I don't like to use Google Meet. Google Meet is not recorded, so that you cannot record the Google Meet. But when you want to record, you must use Zoom, not Google Meeting. Yeah, so there are advantages using Zoom. So when you are not present, you can watch this video very many times. Yeah, you can remember. Yeah, can study. Yeah. So so when also do the video record. Yes. So I know you can post in the WhatsApp, and I watch your video at midnight. Sometime at midnight, I watch your video one by one. So yeah, I watch all of your videos. So that, yeah. So I always watch your video. I know your answer. I want to know. So I will ask you what you have done in the examination. Yeah. Do you live in Are you in Pontianak? All of you in Pontianak? Are all of you in Pontianak?
Most of us, sir.
Yeah, most of us. How many people are still outside Pontianak? I have a plan. So in the final term, at that time you must have a drama. So you must form a group, maybe a group of 10, a group of 5, or at least 5. Yeah, you must have group, and you will run drama, HRM drama, and the final examination will be drama, not question like in the test. Yeah, so you must have drama. So you must write the manuscript of your drama. In this case, you must state manager, so that. And then what is the title, so that you can choose the title based on the ebook here. Maybe how to recruit, right? About motivation, about leadership, so right? Yeah. And so in the final examination, so you must have drama and post the link of your drama, and I will grade you. And it is the final examination, not the midterm, so that the final examination. So you can form group of 5 or group of 10, okay? Yeah, but you must, yeah. All of the members must be involved in the drama. So that, can you? I ask you, can you? Ask you first. If you cannot, dapat main. Can you? Do you want to receive my challenge? So I ask you, are you in Pontianak or masuk Pontianak? Can you? I ask you, can you do it? For the final exam, not for the midterm exam, but you must start from now to form a group. That you must read now, so that the title and the manuscript, so that, and you must have drama. Can you? Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, you can. So that you must be optimistic, so that don't be pessimistic, so that, yeah. So if your drama is good, if your drama is successfully, so I guarantee that your grade of HRM will be better. You will get A if you have good drama. So that all of you can get A in HRM if you have good drama. I guarantee. So everyday meeting we have discussion, so that to involve you in speaking. Yeah, the final examination you have drama, so that. And then the midterm test, you will have video record. I will give you question before, and you must answer the question first, and video record your answer by using video, YouTube. Yeah. When will you have examination? When will you have midterm examination? I ask you when. When will you have midterm examination? When?
To be next week.
Next week? Next week, yeah?
Yeah.
So next week?
Yes, sir.
Next week, yeah? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So next week so you will have examination. So no lecture, yeah? So that you only have
Okay,
examination, yeah? Okay, so I will post the question on Friday, maybe. Yeah, Friday. Yeah. And then you must answer.
All right,
first.
sir.
And then you must video record your answer by using YouTube. Yes, right? So I will give the question first, and then you will answer the question, and then you must video record, and you must post the link, and you must post the link of of your midterm answer when you have examination of HIM, yeah, according to the schedule, yeah, on WhatsApp group, only on WhatsApp group, yeah. You can post the link on WhatsApp group, and the question will be given on Friday this week. Okay. Then it is time for me to say goodbye. See you later next week. Yeah, you must have good study, and try to study for your best grade at SIM, and have a midterm test well. Yeah, next week. Okay. See you later after the midterm test. Yeah. See you later after the midterm test. Thank you very much for your attention. See you later. Goodbye.
See you, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Have a
See you,
great
sir.
day.
Thank you, sir. See you.
Have a nice day, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, you're welcome. You can leave this room, please.